What is poppin', everyone?
What's poppin'?
How you niggas doing?
I feel great. You know, a nigga got a lot of fucking sleep from yesterday. I feel like I probably slept like 18 hours, but you know, I mean, you know.
I felt great too. I quit my job yesterday. I was really happy about it.
You did.
You know, and I quit it so like randomly. I just woke up. I was like, I don't feel like going to work today. It was cold outside. I was on the phone with Stephanie. I was like, girl, I just kept coming up with excuses. It was 10 o'clock. I was supposed to be out here at 10 o'clock. I was still at home. So at that point, I knew I wasn't going to go to work. So I just texted the manager and said, you know what? It's not the day for me to come back to this job. And I am very relieved and happy because I really dreaded it. I hated it. I don't think there's a day I liked going to that
think because
job.
you only worked there for like 8 seconds and you were like, you didn't even give it a chance to flourish. You was just like, one thing about them, they got me fucked up. I said, are you sure it's not their system? Is that something like, you know, you're like, no, this is not what I want to deal with.
What got me fucked up?
Them, because you was like, you outside, you only had this many tables, and
Yeah.
you was like, he's like, I don't like that shit.
Yeah.
So that's how I interpret it. You might have not said it like that to me, but that's how I heard it.
That's not how I said it at all.
Shit.
That's
you know?
crazy how I can say one thing and then you take it a totally different way than how I said it.
I mean, but you was talking, you was plotting on this quitting though.
I quit
quit
once and they asked me to come back and I came back and I just quit again. So it was really pointless.
So let's veer off. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling great. Didn't get a lot of sleep like you, but because I was outside, unfortunately.
And he loves the outside?
We for the streets?
Not for the streets.
Are the streets?
I am
He is
not
the
for the
streets.
streets. I am a wholesome street vacationer.
Oh,
Yeah,
vacation.
absolutely, but I come back
you
to
vacation
reality.
very, very frequently though. I want to be like you when I'm older.
You are like him right now. What do you mean?
It's really the
You trying
disrespect
to
to
call
me.
me? Oh, first of all, let's go back to that.
I'm actually older than you, so.
That's what I'm saying.
All right. Well, you're at check out our Instagram,
Instagram.
our YouTube, our Twitter,
Our Twitter.
our sip and review when you
Send the shit and we review it.
Our merch that we're gonna be putting out very fucking soon.
Okay.
I'm really excited to get and see what they look like because we just like put in the hands of Anna. We haven't even seen
We
what they
have.
look
We
like.
literally was just like, we gonna lead by fate and not by sight.
I know.
And I'm like, we don't even know what they look like. She told me she's gonna drop off to me tomorrow. So
Yeah. Oh,
we
she
gonna
told
see.
you too?
Yeah, she told
Yeah.
me. She said, I was like, I'm gonna get to you tomorrow. I was like,
Yeah.
okay, take your time. I said, no rush. You know, because I want to respect the craft of
Yeah.
it. You know,
Definitely.
So follow us on all.
I trust her.
Yeah, so follow us on
Yeah.
all social media platforms at The Real Spin Spill, except Twitter, which is.
Sip and spill one.
And while you're at it, leave us a 5-star rating because we're some
Some
5-star
five-star
bitches.
bitches.
Ow.
So the girls are back at it again with another messy ass episode, Sip and Spill, where we create conversations. Oh wow.
Sipping wine.
I go by the name of Thug Motherfucking Sammy.
And I'm ambitious life of the party, Teray.
You really are. I've been watching your stories and I'm like, I don't really be living. I'm at home like a grandma.
I'm gonna say
watching you
hashtag
live your life.
it's the crack, y'all. Crackhead energy all the time.
all
Always
the
on
damn
10.
time.
And I feel like because I think my one given purpose in life is interpersonal relationships. So I really like to give energy. You give what you get. And that's why you get this crackhead. If y'all give it to me, I give it to you tenfold.
Oh God.
So
I've experienced it.
We've all everyone in this room has experienced this crackhead
Indeed.
energy.
and y'all love it here.
I mean, we're still here.
We're still here.
I didn't think I had a choice, but you know.
That is very much true. You did not have a choice. I literally connected myself to it. I was like, bro, you fun. Give me your number. Let's connect.
You clawed yourself. You clawed your way into this.
So I got a new
Honestly,
friend
but
now.
I think it's really just networking. I think I
Yeah,
do it very
100%.
well, but I think people don't see it as networking. They just see me as a crackhead. But this crackhead gets where she needs to get it, when she needs to get it. So
Okay. So today we have a very, very special guest.
very, very.
Introduce yourself.
Oh, that's me. Very,
Yeah, that's
very
you.
special guest.
Yes.
My name's Patrick, one of the members of the Grandeur Society, also a financial advisor. Kind of hit it on both ends, but whether we're talking about financial advisory or the Grandeur Society, what we do is really promote financial literacy, looking for ways to help people, especially in our community, but not only in our community, to better themselves, in the financial realm so they can get the things that they want, or the things they want, live the life that they need to live, right, and not worry about prices and things like that.
I'm gonna say, yeah, I love that. Y'all know I always say everyone's my fave, but this is literally one of my faves. So we're just gonna veer off and say thank you for joining us. We love it. We love having guests actually, but you're our second guest of this season.
Yeah.
But we're still early in this bitch.
Okay.
We're still early.
We're like on episode 9. So yeah.
Yeah,
This
we're
is
still
episode
early.
9.
Yeah,
We're early.
because usually I feel like we have more guests by now, but I feel like we've been just like thugging it out.
I like the way we've done it. It's just been us, just the two of us, you know.
we can make it if we try.
Just, you know, so it's been fun doing it
I would
without
say, yeah,
other people.
I definitely do appreciate that. So
Yeah.
you know,
No offense. We love that you're here. I love
No,
that
I'm
you're
glad to be here. Look, I'm a season 1 character. Season 1 character, so that's cool.
so let's veer off into more important matters. Why niggas ain't shit. 2021.
I mean, I want to say it ain't shit, but there's a video with Toby and his now wife Fat, and pretty much he kept explaining to her, well, I guess to us really, about how much he didn't really see her as more than just a friend in the beginning of the relationship. And we had you watch the video, so what did you think about that?
Okay, so to look at it objectively,
Okay.
right?
Mm-hmm.
If there was a man who really liked a woman and she completely dismissed him and he kept trying, most people would call that love. Most people say that's romantic, right? A lot of times.
Who calls that romantic? I call that sexual harassment. Like,
so it wasn't, he was just saying that, hey, you're a friend to me. I don't see you like that.
Yeah.
And she kept trying. She kept shooting her shot.
Right.
I don't think it was disrespectful in a way. She knew that, hey, there was opportunity there.
I do.
Is that what you saw when you watched that video?
That is what I saw.
I guess men and women see things differently.
Because I'm going to say, because for me to piggyback off what you're saying, you said the persistence was showing a way of love. Me, I'm currently in a realm where I just told this, there was a man that's been courting me, and I made it very clear to him. I said, hey, I don't want to date you. I do not want to date you. I'm not in the space of wanting to date. I said, I'm just chilling. I'm just, trying to fill things out. And then he keeps asking me on a date. He keeps asking me on things. And I'm like, hey, if we're going, are we going as friends or are we going to something more? Well, I was asking you on a date. I said, I told you I don't want to date. Mm-hmm. So next thing we go outside. And then he was like, yeah, I'm telling you, I'm trying to pursue you. I said, respectfully, I hear that you're trying to pursue me, but I told you already that that's not what I want. So I don't need someone to change my mind.
You're right. Because a no means no.
Right.
But they ended up happy. They ended up with 2 kids. They seem like they're in a
Oh, no, for sure. I feel like that's a very rare occasion, though. If I tell you, because the thing is, like we always say, women already know what we're going to do with you when we fucking meet you. Like, within the first few interactions, we're like, okay.
20 seconds.
I'm going to say, we put you in the category either boyfriend, so when I'm talking to friends with benefits, we already do that.
Yeah.
So if I already assess this after our date, and I assess this and I explain this to you, and you are still allowing yourself to put yourself in a position where you think that you're in the winning court, but you're not. I don't know what to tell you. Like, at this point, I'm okay with going out because I'm outside. But am I outside with you or are you outside with me? Or are we just 2 individuals just that happen to be there at the same time?
Okay.
Hey, Fat had plans.
She did.
She did. She knew what she
really,
wanted.
she let herself be the friend. He was like, if he don't put me in the friends, I'm gonna be the bestest friend I could be to him, so he can see how I'm like can be a relationship type. Eventually, he'll see me that way. And I understand that works for her, but she's the exception to the rule.
She is.
Usually, when a guy tells you he don't see you more than that,
he don't see you more than that.
He might fuck you a couple times,
of course,
but it will never go back. It will never go
past
to
getting
where you want it
out
to
of convenience.
be.
Like, oh shit, I'm sad. My dick hard.
My issue with the video was not how he felt, because I think a lot of times, sometimes you see someone as a friend, and then later you see them as a romantic partner, and that's fine. That's natural. My problem was how much he put emphasis on trying to tell us
he said it with
how
his chest.
much he didn't want to be with her.
My good sis.
He stopped her in the middle of her sentence to tell her, no, I wanted a relationship, just not with you. Like,
Excuse
okay,
me.
why are you so
I
excited
was like,
to tell
if you
the
want to
world
hurt my feelings, nigga, I'm going to kill you.
Like, why do you want to tell the world that bad? Like, it's cool.
But respectfully, do we want to take into account that this was like 4 years ago when this happened? This wasn't anything that happened recently.
Well, at the time of this video, she was his fiance. So I
think they've been married for a minute though. I'm not sure. I probably need a fact check.
Well, this video is 3 years old. 3 or 4 years old, and at the time of it, she was his fiance. So they've been married for, let's say, 3-4 years. Yeah,
because I guess they said they wanted to talk about their love story because everyone has this like clear cut of what they think love is, which love is very much ghetto. Trust me, y'all. I've been in love at least twice in my entire life, and
it's very much ghetto.
It is very much ghetto because it's like it takes a lot of work of being an individual and being in a partnership. Yeah, and that's something people don't realize. Mm-hmm. So
that's true. All right, so there's this little game we like to play to give you a little icebreaker. Well, it's our version of the icebreaker for our guests. It's called Words Association. We got it from Elle Magazine, where we say a word, and you can sing or rap a song that has that word in it.
I'm horrible at this game, but let's do it.
Okay, we'll try it.
Love it.
So the first word is cake.
Cake.
That's what I thought it too.
How do you not go to that song?
I don't know, but I feel like that was the easy one. So we got your feet warm. The ice is broke, my nigga. So let's get into the next one.
Sugar.
Sugar, how you get so fly?
Oh, you good at this shit.
Look at you doubting yourself.
And the last word is sweet. Me and Sammy just can't wait to sing the song.
Damn. Y'all know how to do it? I know. Yeah.
Okay, here we go.
2 out of 3 though.
No, let's go.
It's not fucking rock, paper,
One,
scissors.
2, ready, go. Sweet Caroline. Good
You're right.
times.
Dang,
Now,
I missed that.
That
I
is
know,
the
that's the
song.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
That's an L.
So this is our icebreaker to ourselves.
Yeah.
We get into some motherfucking would you rather.
Yes.
I'll let you go first this time.
Okay, so would you rather only be able to come out in the day and never at night, or only come out at night and can't come out in the day?
I'd rather come out in the day and never at night.
Really?
Yeah, because
I'm a night owl. I come alive by the nighttime, so I'm gonna do the nighttime. How
I'll just
about
live
you?
on the beach.
I need some sunlight. I need to come out during the day.
Yeah, you are
Yeah.
light skin. He does need
I do
some
look
that
for it.
vitamin D. We all need it.
Okay.
No, that's what the sun is. Vitamin D.
It is, yeah.
Okay.
It is. Not the other vitamin D.
So my would you rather to you is, would you rather walk in on your parents or have your parents walk in on you?
Have my parents walk in on me.
Yeah, absolutely.
Show them your mama made a hoe.
No, I'm not.
I do not want to see my mother in that light. I've already seen dick pics on my mom's phone. That's where I draw the line. Yes, that's where I draw the line, mama.
Mama
That's
freak.
where I draw
So
the
mama
line.
did make a hoe.
Hello.
Heard that.
I fucking hate
Heard
you. Do you
that.
have a, would you rather? Or are you good?
Do I have one?
I mean, no,
You don't
it's-
have
y'all?
to.
no, you don't have to have one. But I'm just saying because you know you on the toes with it. So I was like
Let's see.
moving and shaking.
Would you rather
Mm-hmm.
always have to cook for yourself or always have to eat out for the rest of your life?
Always have to eat out. Everyone knows me knows I don't really like to cook. Like I would rather pay someone to cook for me. Literally, I will get a fucking chef. I'm going to make a lot of fucking money in my life. I'm getting a chef
Heard that. Heard that.
Okay.
Ain't mad at it.
I don't know because
because you like to cook.
I like to cook, but
If you like to eat out,
but to cook every day, it's just not.
it's excessive.
It's excessive. So I'd rather eat out
Okay.
because it's just that's not good.
Yeah.
Sometimes my kids gonna go hungry and that's not a good thing.
So that has to do with me. So let's get into some Wi-Fi. So we can
We
get
get
into some
some
motherfucking tea time. Tea time.
So I got this wine today after getting my lashes done. I had to like swing by HEB real quick. I wanted to take us to France. Is this French wine? Yes, it is a French wine. It's called Mountain Cadet Reserve. I don't really know what kind of red wine it is because I didn't read the wine facts. But I guess all that matters is a 13% alcohol content in it, and we're probably gonna get fucked up. So
I'm gonna say while you're doing that, you can pour our glasses of wine, me and Patrick's and yours, and I'm going to say, let's say thank you one more fucking time to Ella Joe. Thank you for sponsoring our wine for the month of November. We appreciate you. They are a Black-owned, sister-owned, woman-owned loungewear in Dallas. Did I already say that they're in Dallas?
like an episode ago.
Okay, well, yeah, I'm gonna always let y'all know so y'all can know where to find them. And if y'all need to, we can always send y'all links. So just slide in these DMs, but only business purposes. Like, why?
Don't slide in our personal DMs.
Oh, yeah, I really hate that.
I hate that
Do you
too.
know how much I hate when someone talks about my podcast on my personal shit? I'm like, you can go to either our Instagram, you can go to our Twitter. I always tell them where they can send it to.
Yeah.
Because I literally look at it and I'm just like, I get it, I respect it, but what more do you want from me right now? I said I can't be a personality 28% of my 98% of my life. I just took off a whole few.
28.98, same thing.
Yeah, not
an
the
8
same
in there,
thing.
yeah.
Not the same thing. So, cheers to another messy ass episode of Sip and Brew.
Sip and spill.
Sip and spill.
Y'all peep the matching cards with the matching wine glasses.
I feel like they should because we said it in like episode 3.
I just want to remind y'all niggas we put effort into this shit.
Mm-hmm. No, just look, you right here so you can see it. See
Oh,
how
that's hard.
the card matches the glasses, and then we have a gold
ones.
one.
Mhm.
Do we like the wine though?
It's light. I like a light red.
I don't know if this is gonna make me feel sexy later because I'm trying to feel like.
This is
You
a
know?
good brunch wine, like during your lunch break.
You mean like sangria? Because I feel like I'm not taking no.
It's light. I mean, it's
It's
okay.
very light.
2017 bottle. I really don't know what the fuck you do.
We'll see at the end of this. Hopefully
We'll
you
see at
seeing
the
stars.
end. I'm probably gonna need some shots at the end of it too, because I don't think it's gonna do what it needs to be done. But it does says 13% alcohol content, so
It's probably might sneak up on us like a
I'm
crazy
saying.
bitch.
Okay.
Okay, let's get some motherfucking tea time.
Tea time.
So Summer Dumbass Walker. Let me
Period.
not call her a dumbass because
Can we please?
okay, Summer
I
Dumbass
feel like
Walker.
when I said, opinions are objective. We can speak how we feel. It
Yeah.
might not be fact, but that's how we feel.
Okay.
Summer, dumbass Walker.
Yeah, so she put out a whole album that I did not relate to about pretty much how women should be done for niggas, you know. Stand on your own, queen. She had a whole Sierra prayer in her album.
Absolutely.
Just to get a nigga's name tattooed on her face. I mean,
she was saying Carisha's prayer. She was
saying Carisha's prayer.
Said, 11-11, God, I love this nigga so motherfucking much. This nigga's my motherfucking dream nigga. Like, what? Not the tattoo on the face.
She was saying, I mean, he got it too. At least she didn't do a Janae where she got Big Sean's whole face. And
nigga, I would get Big Sean tatted on me.
Big Sean didn't get shit tatted on him. But at least he got her name too. But I mean, I feel like
he probably could have been talking about the season. It might have not even been her. Is her real name even Summer? Is her real name even Summer?
I don't know what her real name is.
Exactly.
It's probably her stage name.
So he probably could say like, I just really love the summer. I was born in the summer, my nigga.
He can win. Hers, it says what? I forgot.
Larry. Of all fucking names, you couldn't get a Daquan. You couldn't get a Tariq. You had to get Larry.
I'd rather have a Larry than a Daquan. That's long. At least Larry 5 letters.
Oh, her name really is Summer.
Oh,
your mama ghetto.
Summer Marjani Walker.
Her mom knew what she was doing.
She understood the assignment.
So, but I mean, I don't know. To me, I feel like people who do stuff like that are on drugs. Those are like drug crackhead behavior. Normal people don't get their.
I know you looking at me. So it's like she's insinuating that I would do some shit like that when I'm on crack.
I definitely don't think you get a nigga's name tattooed on your face.
Thank you so much.
Especially not even anywhere on your body part. Not even a fucking initial, bitch.
Hello.
But, yeah, I feel like she's probably on drugs with him. I don't know. I just assume it's drugs when people do weird shit like that.
It is so funny because my other friend, she's like, okay, so my other friend, Tori, we were talking about this one girl that's talking to this guy, and we were like, oh, that nigga does cocaine. It was like, they have to do crack together because why are you engaging in like relations with this man? Like you are literally swapping fluids knowing this man does cocaine. So bitch, you like cocaine.
Right.
So,
yeah, I don't know. And then they were like talking about how soon it is. She's like, he's been in my life since 2014.
2014?
So, yeah, girl, 2014. He's been in her life.
So he been a side nigga while she was trying to figure out shit with London. But now, because London's off the track, she has something to say.
She had a side nigga the whole time, and I don't even blame her for it.
I know, it's London. Right. So, I mean, would you get somebody's name tattooed on you?
I'll get my wife's name tattooed on me.
Ew. But I hear you.
I would get my wife's name.
I mean, really? I respect that.
If y'all locked in for life, why not?
Say what?
If y'all locked in for life, why not?
I love that you have that perspective because everyone that is married, they don't feel that way.
Hey, look. If you put a ring on it, you need to be ready for eternity.
Period. But but the thing is, true. I feel like on the other side, I don't think life should be till death do us part. It's until it's unhealthy for us because people stay together knowing that's just not healthy, but because for the fact of them making vows in front of them and God, and where is God? Is he actually here right now? No, I don't know. Maybe we'll find out somewhere in life.
I feel like you should definitely try.
Oh, for sure.
I mean, if it's unhealthy, yeah, leave. But
separation sometimes causes growth.
Yeah, you don't have to end a marriage. You can separate and then come back and still be, you know.
We separated. We divorced. We're not a unit.
Why is it so like
cut and dry?
Yeah, it's so and it's either
what's the point of us being separated? If I'm marrying a woman or my partner, right, whatever you prefer, y'all need to be a unit.
But question on the side, and don't you understand that sometimes people outgrow each other? People grow into different people.
No,
I've turned into like 3 different people while I was in a relationship of 7 years.
Yes, absolutely.
So why does not separation sometimes cause for a need to really get to know yourself? Because we don't know ourselves all the time. Because I think I'm in a very transformative stage in my life. So it's like it's good that I'm like, hey, I'm dating, but I'm not dating. But it's like you need that time to reflect on yourself and to have someone relying on you.
You're saying that it's okay to separate after you've been committed to somebody to work on yourself.
Oh, of course. Because you're not the same person. Yeah. You are literally not the same person.
Is that considered a break?
Yeah.
I don't believe in breaks in relationships.
That's crazy.
Wow.
I mean, because men only have one job is to be men. We have to be mothers. We have to be wives. We have to be best friends. Like guys that can literally just do what they want to fucking do, and there's no question for it. Women, we have to redefine our identity every time something different happens. You have to redefine yourself being a wife, redefine yourself being a mother. Mm-hmm. Like those are things. So you don't
think men change roles when they become husbands and fathers? You think their life just stays exactly the same?
Absolutely.
I'm not gonna argue with that. I feel like you're right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Women have
as a
more.
Man, right? You should be able to support your women on that. Hey,
yes,
it's time for you to be a mother.
You should, but the thing is, you don't understand postpartum depression. It's time for you to be a
mother.
Yeah, like if we have kids, it's time for you to like, hey, help me out with the kids. Now let me help you out with the other stuff. It's a unit.
But did you see? That's why I said I want a house husband, bitch.
Wait, what do you mean? Hey, it's time for you to be a mother.
No, I'm not saying like that's your job by yourself, but you just said when a new stage comes into your life, you're no longer a wife. You're not a wife and a mom.
Yeah.
Being a mom is a job.
Oh, of course. That's what I'm saying.
I'm just really not understanding how whenever a baby comes, you're not a husband and a father. She's just...
No, you are a husband and a father. You're a husband and a father. You're a husband.
But you're not saying that.
You're just saying
her part.
But I'm just saying, like, let's not get it twisted. Do you think it's harder to be a mother, or do you think it's harder to be a father?
I think it's 100% harder to be a mother.
It's a completely different change.
Exactly.
Completely different. So you need support.
And I don't want that.
But that's not what we're saying. We're saying that it shouldn't be that way. It should be a change for both of the people.
I'm not saying it shouldn't either, but I'm just telling you what reality is today.
Yeah.
Okay, facts.
Absolutely.
Okay. We'll go with that. So can we talk about AE and Amber and what the fuck is going on? Because
I feel like if you embarrass me in public, I do want a public apology. But at this point, how
12 women don't apologize to me. Just die, my nigga. That's the only justice I seek. Like 12 women
that she knows of.
Like, I understand you want to fix your family. You understand that you did wrong. But my biggest issue.
Let's talk about it. We didn't even talk about it.
We didn't.
So AE posted a Instagram post where he was like, I apologize for Amber Rose for embarrassing her. She's a wonderful wife, a mother. She didn't deserve this. I just want my family back. And I'm like, why do men always want their family back when it's too late? Like, you had your family. Y'all were a unit. But yet you chose to cheat and embarrass her with 12 plus women. And now that she found out and left the situation and no longer wants to be a part of it, you're like, I want my... No, nigga, it's too late.
I think a woman that knows their worth is a very dangerous woman to a man that is unsure about himself. I think most men feel like because they do have children with people, they have an obligation sometimes to be with them or to X, Y, and Z. So if the situation wasn't something that you wanted to be into, why did you marry her? And then if you married her, why'd you live this whole...
I think it's people they do things off of emotion so easily.
Yeah.
So at the highest of like when they felt they were super in love, they got married and then they got into the thick of shit.
They reeled how real it was.
And they were like, oh shit, like this is not, so... That's why I don't only believe in marrying for love. Like, you have to actually want to be with this person whenever you know you love them, because you might fall out of love with this person.
Facts.
So I think that's what happened, and then that's when you probably seek other partners. Who knows? I'm not in AE's head.
Yeah,
I'm just making up shit. But maybe that's what happened. I don't know, because I feel like it was kind of rushed. The thing, everything happened really fast with the baby.
They did. Okay. Everything was rushed. We didn't even know she was with a nigga. Next thing you know, she was pregnant.
Exactly.
Next thing you know, they were married. So I think it maybe
really
might have been very rushed because she already had something established. Like, she already was married. She already had a kid before. So she's like, I'm not supposed to be somebody's baby mama.
Yeah.
And sometimes women do pressure men into things that they might not want at the time.
And I think
because
he's also
they're
younger than her too.
He is.
Yeah.
I think she's like, I want to say 5-6 years older than me. But y'all can always fact check because we might not be right. But if not, we always got our fucking producer to tell us if we right or wrong. So I mean, what is your take on that?
That is going to open up a whole nother can of worms. If y'all ready for that, we can do that.
We can only get in the can of worms for a few seconds until we get into what
Amber Rose is 30.
I don't even know the whole story, but
okay, so they were together, very rushed courtship in our opinion, because we don't know everything.
Yeah,
like,
from what we see.
But what we've seen, it was a rushed courtship, and she was pregnant. Next thing you know, they were married. Next thing you know, he cheated. It was like boom, boom, boom. Those were like the big 3 events we heard about.
Okay.
We never heard about anything else in between. We never, other than Amber Rose getting her kids tattooed on her face. That's the only other thing we heard outside of them. Yeah. Outside of him cheating. So.
And he was with 12 other women.
Yes. That she knows of.
He's foul. Like, come on now.
Okay.
There's no.
We just want to make sure that you wasn't just protecting him because you had a dick too. That's all I want to know.
I look at everything objectively.
So you're a black and white human being.
I try to be.
What's
I
your
know that
sign?
there's a gray area. I'm a Sagittarius. Sagittarius season right now.
Your birthday's coming up?
Yikes. Something about Sagittarius don't sit right with my soul.
Hey, and that's okay. Either you love us or you hate us. There's no in between, black and white. Hey.
All right.
Okay. Well, let's get to our queen. My queen. I'm gonna say our. She's a mogul. Yeah. A bad bitch.
We are Navies. That means we're fans. We're a fan of the Navy.
Remember on Twitter with the nigger Navy shit? Were you on Twitter that day when the nigger Navy shit
I don't
happened?
be on Twitter as you be on Twitter.
It was a couple years ago where someone tweeted. It was like Marines. I don't know what it was, but they called it nigger Navy. So it was a whole joke about how like Twitter was racist. Oh, speaking of Twitter, do you know the fucking CEO resigned today?
I don't.
Jax resigned from being the CEO of Twitter.
That's crazy.
I wonder why he's doing that. Usually when he resigned, you did something
probably
bad.
Something racial.
I don't know. These white folks, when they resign power, they did something bad.
Then that's a fact. Okay, so.
But anyways, back to the queen, Rihanna.
Yep.
You know, she is a mogul and
A fine bitch within herself.
A beautiful fine bitch within
And
herself.
she know how to get
has
rich
her
niggas.
own, and exactly.
She does.
And she has I feel like she
It's
has
a
more
fucking
than a
empire.
business. She has
It's
an empire while actively dating.
Dating. And successfully.
That brings us to our topic of conversation: running a business. Oh wait, we have another person, Kanye West, which
he was doing it though.
Kanye West does it too.
He was married. He was and he was running a business, or was Kim running the business for him?
I don't know. Maybe
because you know one thing about Chris. Chris is a momager.
Maybe they were doing it together. But did you see that video of Kanye begging for his family back?
No, I didn't. One thing about me, I don't like a nigga to beg. Like
he was like, I'm trying to do this in the most calm, normal way ever, but I need to be home for Christmas. I'm like, oh, he wants his family back. But nigga, what did you do to fuck up the family? Let's talk about that.
I'm gonna say, let's talk about it. But we ain't gonna get it. We're not gonna get into it.
Actually, that had nothing to do with this episode.
So we're gonna talk about the meat, the juice, the body, the everything y'all niggas was waiting for 30 fucking minutes. We're going to talk about what it's like to date, run a business, date, run a empire, date, run a brand. What it's like dating, being in relationships.
Right.
Because that's a very hard thing. Like, people don't understand the mind of an entrepreneur or someone that's going to get it is way different than someone that's just living an everyday to everyday type
Speaking
shit.
of entrepreneurs, I actually wanted to look up the meaning of entrepreneurship, like what it actually means, like the Latin version, Latin root word.
So while she's looking
so pretty much it is two words put together. It is entree, to swim, out, and pondres. I'm pretty sure I'm not saying it right because I don't know Latin, to grass. So entrepreneurship means to swim out and to grass. And I feel like that is what we do as
You're like really
entrepreneurs.
going out on the bag, not even knowing if it's going to land or not.
And you're grasping.
That is.
So that is literally what entrepreneurship means. So I want to talk about how it is dating an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
And our experiences with it.
Okay, so what is your let's start with you. What is it like you being an entrepreneur, a brand runner, X, Y, and Z, and being in a relationship? What is that like for you?
Surprisingly, it's not as hard as you might think. And that's because I set a lot of expectations on the front end with my girlfriend.
I love that.
And she sets a lot of expectations with me because in a sense.
I have a question. What does she do?
She's an actress.
Okay.
So in a sense, she's an entrepreneur as well because, you know, like she can't just wake up, clock in, and get her salary. Like, she has to go out there and get it.
Get it.
Yeah,
she has to get it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So we understand that, like, time is precious.
Oh,
if I don't call her, like today, if I don't call her, find at least, 30 minutes to call her, she'll be like, hey, what the fuck's going on?
Facts.
So we know that. We know that. At some point in the day, you have to call me or I'm going to have to call you. So just a precursor for this whole conversation, right? It's all about communication.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
I do love that. What was your experience dating an entrepreneur?
Honestly, I don't think my experience is dating an entrepreneur is like most people because I've never really dated a real one. I've just dated drug dealers. And in the sense, they're an entrepreneur.
They are. They're very much so.
So I feel like dating them is much more fun.
More free.
It's more free. And it's not, I don't really get the sense of the same
type of responsibility.
And the things that most women or men will go through when they're dating an entrepreneur who's trying to get it legitly, you know? So it's, I can't relate to it. I feel like it's not the same as was for you when you actually were dating one.
Yeah.
So mine was just like a joyride. You know, I got drugs and got to sit in the passenger seat and have fun all day.
Yeah. My experience dating an entrepreneur, it was actually a great learning curve because it was everything I aspired to be, but I wasn't there yet. And my insecurity and my need to make sure he made it where he needed to make, was my biggest clouding judgment because everyone that knows that when I was with this man, I poured so much of myself into his business that it was like, they was like, do you run this shit? Is your name on the papers? Like I was getting those questions.
I was saying that.
Yeah. So when we finally broke up and I literally looked at him and I said, you got all this shit because I worked my ass off for you. I said, where am I at now? And I think that when you're dating an entrepreneur, my experience with it, it's like, don't lose yourself. Yeah. Don't pour yourself so much into the cause of someone else's that you don't realize that it's like, what the fuck are you doing for yourself? Yeah. And I always say like the transformative thing that I was going through, I was like, I didn't even like who the fuck I was. Cause I'm like, this. I didn't even try to name drop what his business is. But I was like, I was like saying it like it was fucking mine. And then it's not mine. And it's not us. And it's like, it's annoying, but it made me realize how hard I need to go for myself. Like I go for that. So
what do you think dating you is like? Because we want to talk about what it is we think is like dating an entrepreneur. Because each person here is
we're all entrepreneurs
ourselves.
Right, absolutely.
So what do you think is like dating you as an entrepreneur?
if I were to speak for Anna, that's my girlfriend's
Mm.
name. I would say that I get an A, right, in all categories.
People always think way higher than themselves than
We do, and they said that psychologically.
Yeah.
I think I get an A,
Uh-huh.
but I think I'm an A minus, right? Because I do have my mess ups, right?
Yeah.
But I try to make up for that all the time. Like if I don't know, if a day goes by and I don't make time to get that hour long phone call, maybe it's 15 minutes, right? It's like, I know she didn't like that. We make it longer tomorrow.
Yeah.
You know? But at the end of the day, I feel like I do pretty well. And I'm really spoiled in the sense because Anna's an entrepreneur too.
Yeah, so it makes it a lot more easier for a
Easier.
situation
It
to
is.
navigate.
It is. And also, you know, she understands that, hey, some days aren't going to be great days.
Yeah.
Like everybody doesn't necessarily get that.
Yeah.
So we really set a lot of stuff on the front end, you know,
Yeah.
saying like, hey,
That's amazing.
I'm
I love
gonna have
that.
to call you after 5. Sometimes it's gonna be late, you know, and then there's a time difference, right? She lives in Cali,
Yeah.
right? So it's just all sorts of things. But the communication is the hardest part, but also the most important.
Oh, for sure. So what do you feel like is dating you, bitch?
I feel like dating me is definitely not for the weak because one, I'm super opinionated and damn, do you have
I'm saying that's me. I'm relating. I'm literally relating. I don't want to stop you, but I felt it in my soul because I'm extremely opinionated.
Master
Yeah.
P.
So continue.
Nah.
So I'm gonna let you speak and not give no fucking. I'm not gonna give you no congratulations or nothing. I'm just gonna
You
be quiet.
can. I just felt the like damn.
Nah, bitch,
you
I
gotta
felt
go.
it. That's why I said. But continue.
So, and I feel like a lot of guys always feel like I'm going to talk about them on my podcast. One thing about me, I'm an extremely private person. So I don't talk about things that are happening in my private life on my podcast. I'm not going to say y'all's names. I mean, we talked about this in the episode. We don't say niggas' names. If we are dating you or talking to you, you would never know we're talking about you. We're going to talk about you way after and still not say your name. Okay.
Hello.
Your secrets are all the dirty shit y'all do is safe with me. So, and
That's
also the time, you know, not only do I have to run my podcast, I have a job. I have 2 jobs. Sometimes I have 3 jobs at the same time. So I'm actually very busy because I am funding my podcast with my jobs. I'm funding my career with my job. So dating with me probably has I'm very little with time. Like I don't really have time to fully commit to someone the way I should commit to them. So yeah. And that's the number one thing about dating entrepreneurs. Like I think
Yeah,
time.
I'm gonna say I'm gonna say that.
We never have
I'm
enough
saying we're gonna
time.
get into it later.
Yeah.
But I feel like dating me, it's a lot of inconsistency because I know so many people, I network so hard, and the energy that I have, most times I need time to retreat. I do need time to just deal with myself. Like there's some times where I won't talk to a nigga that I'm actually really liking or talking to for maybe like 2-3 days, and I'm like, I don't think anything of it because it's like right now it's like all me because I was in a relationship 3 months ago where it was an everyday thing. It was like, and when that shit ended, I was like, wow, I feel like I'm really fucking hurt. And Sammy's like, well, bitch, let's go. Let's get over it. So I feel like I've been in overdrive / like trying to, you know, compensate everything that I took away from the time I could have put with the podcast sometimes right now into just either myself or my podcast. So dating me right now is very much inconsistent and I'm okay with that. I'm very, you know, here nor there, but it's not to be disrespectful of your time. It's just because I'm preserving mine. Because we say that time is infinite, but we could probably die tomorrow.
Absolutely.
So it's like, I want to give that to my mental health and being the best version of myself so I can be the best person for you as a podcaster.
Right.
Best person for my job as a coworker. Best person for my next partner. I want to make sure I'm the best version of myself. Sometimes it takes me not talking to you every fucking day.
Okay. So why do you think most entrepreneurs are single?
Because people don't understand the lifestyle.
Yeah.
You know, like if you're out there with a 9-to-5, no disrespect to anybody working a 9-to-5 salary
Working
job.
9-to-5, but
Right.
it don't seem like a 9-to-5 because it's like 7 to 2.
Right, exactly. So when you work a regular job, like it's not necessarily about the grind, it's about longevity. You know,
Facts.
You go in there and as long as you can stay in there for 30 years, you're gonna be doing pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
But an entrepreneur can be rich tomorrow,
Facts.
or it can take them 30 years too. So it's about the grind, and there's only 24 hours in a day.
Is
So,
there?
Last time I checked, it's 24
Like
hours
I
in
always
a
say,
day.
everything is subjective.
Okay, so for me, it's 24 hours in a day. So you got to know, like, hey, if I'm prioritizing 8 hours of work and I got to eat probably for an hour, I'm going to probably have to shit and sleep, right?
Mm-hmm.
Where does a woman fit into that? Or where does a partner fit into that?
100%.
So that's the hard part.
Yeah.
But I always notice women entrepreneurs have time to fit someone into that, and male entrepreneurs don't make time to finish something like that.
Mhm.
I feel it's just where priorities are. A lot of times women prioritize finding relationships because we're told that we don't have enough time.
Factual.
And men don't prioritize finding a relationship. They
don't.
prioritize finding a career because
And
they're told they have all time in the world, which is not true. Your clock is ticking too.
I'm gonna say because the later in life that men have kids, the higher risk of autism, of like,
yeah,
I'm gonna say it's never. Sometimes it's probably has nothing to do with the woman because they usually are having children with women that are younger.
yeah,
It's just the fact that you waited so long and you think that your clock is still clocking, but you the reason for high blood pressure, my nigga. You feel me?
So when I have this conversation with my guy friends and my girlfriends, it's different.
okay,
Okay, so when I ask my guy friends, hey, when do you want to settle down when you get married? Oh, when I'm making $250, you know.
Yeah, they have a money. Women, we have an age.
Yeah, I have an age. Exactly. So like,
And that's
it's
crazy.
a disconnect.
It's
because
always gonna be a
It's
disconnect.
those
always
things
gonna
don't
be a
correlate.
disconnect.
They don't.
It's just how we're raised. Women are raised to
Be mothers,
be
wives,
mothers,
and
men are raised to be providers, and
I don't like that.
it's just not realistic anymore
At all.
because now especially in African American homes, women are the breadwinners.
Facts.
So y'all are raising these ideologies that aren't
They don't even resonate with us.
resonating because you're teaching your son, oh, he has to be the breadwinner, but your son is broke. So the girl's the breadwinner, and he still thinks he has to have this like ideology of, oh, the man runs the house while he's not making them. I just think it's really funny.
That's crazy.
It is ass backwards.
You know,
it's ass backwards.
You know, the reason why I feel like a lot of entrepreneurs are single is because most entrepreneurs have that mentality of I'm married to the money. Like, I'm not going to choose a relationship over like me making some bread because bread ain't going to hug me. Like, bread ain't going to fucking pay the bills. I mean, love is not going to pay the bills. That's,
right. I know what you
feel like,
meant.
yeah, girl, but I have to make sure I said it right.
Yeah.
So yeah, love is not going to pay the bills. And I feel that way sometimes too. But I also know, like we said, women make room for everything. We will literally be dealing with battles that no one fucking understands, and we can still be the best version of ourselves to them. But men are very, in my opinion, I can't speak for anyone else's opinion, are very one-track mind.
No,
they feel like
right.
they gotta, because y'all are very, y'all can't multitask. Y'all have to do this to get this, to get this, to get this. Because I've dated many men that when there were times of a struggle in their life interpersonally that had nothing to do with me, they're like, I need to give all my energy to this so I can be this. And I'm like, bruh, I said, is that an excuse or do I need to fight you?
Let's talk about how you're always gonna deal with something in your life.
Facts.
So whenever you're in a relationship or you're married, are you gonna stop your marriage because you have to, because you're having financial problems? Are you gonna stop whatever you have going on because this is going on in your life? No, you continue and you work on your marriage. So I feel like when men do that, like, oh, I can't do this right now, because they just don't want to deal with you anymore.
And
they use it as an excuse.
Exactly, and I made that argument. I said,
they definitely use it as an excuse to like stop talking to you because it's not really the reason. If a man wants to be with you, trust me,
he will.
Even if he is dealing with something, he's still gonna be with you. Yeah. But usually they use that as an easy cop out for them to be like, oh, well, now I can let her go easy.
Defend my brothers, right? My men, right? Men hold a lot of validity in where they work, how much they make, how they look,
right?
Versus a woman has a lot of validity based on things that aren't measurable, in a sense. A lot of times, like
women definitely have to live by a standard that's measurable. Yeah. How good she looks to herself, to her friends, to the men.
Well, I was talking
how
about
much money she makes.
I don't think women hold as much validity as much as a man. As much as a man.
It's definitely never gonna be comparison to the man because that's the only thing that y'all feel like y'all bring value.
Right, exactly.
But I'm saying
a lot of men, not me.
Okay, I know not you, nigga. Yeah. I know you. So I'm just saying the thing is we have a lot of factors. Y'all only focus on the money aspect. Y'all can be ugly as hell
and, nigga,
and make money.
If you got money, you can be confident as hell.
Exactly. Yeah. But I'm saying women, you gotta make money. You have to be independent. You have to be this and make money. Like, what?
Let's just compare it to like female rappers and male rappers. Okay. Female rappers will be beautiful. They have to know how to rap. They have to know how to dance. They have to be sexy. They have to do all these things to make it in female rap, where niggas can hop around and do 2 steps and they can make it.
Facts.
What does the baby do?
That's true.
What does the baby do on stage versus what Megan Thee Stallion does on stage? What does Cardi do on stage?
Chica's not stereotypically
Oh, I love
beautiful,
Chica. We love Chica.
She's cold.
But is she mainstream? Is she getting played?
She's not getting radio streams.
Exactly. But what is the success rate when it comes to people
women
that
rappers,
women rappers,
and nigga rappers
What
have to be
about Missy
ugly
Elliott?
as fuck.
Missy Elliott.
She's not stereotypically
but I'm saying
beautiful.
that's in a different lane though, because in the '90s,
she is pretty attractive. I think
she's pretty, but she's not slim waist.
But I'm saying in the
type of
'90s, it's
deal.
a different type
there's
of rap.
always an exception to every rule. And as you were saying, in the '90s, women are allowed to look like tomboys.
I'm gonna say because that's what TLC. That's how they made their fucking name out of
Missy
it.
Elliott,
being pretty bitches that wore. I'm gonna say pretty bitches that look like tomboys.
It's different now.
It's way different. You gotta be sexy. You gotta be fucking talking that shit for that niggas gonna listen to and bitches gonna listen to.
Yeah.
That's why I love Cardi, Nicki, and
Meg.
Yes, because they be talking that shit that niggas will still vibe to and not feel. Because I feel like Mulatto, she's still trying to get there because she only really speak for bitches. Honestly.
What about Koi?
Who?
Koi Leray.
What? Is she in the conversation?
She's not in the conversation.
At all.
She sells
I need
tickets. She sells tickets.
Because she's a TikTok rapper. That's why. No.
Use some
no
more wine.
friends.
I'm just telling you.
Sammy, you
I
need
think
some
she
more wine.
cute. I think she alright.
We said she looked like Riley.
Yeah, but she sells sex. It might not be the typical, big-breasted sex, but she sells.
What sex does she sell? Because I'm not buying it.
She does sell sex.
Have y'all
She
seen
be
Men in
wearing the
Black?
tiniest little outfit.
We are crying. We know she's that little alien. Okay?
She does look like that little alien from Men in Black.
Well, someone likes it.
I'm gonna say.
Okay, someone's
But-
looking at
It's giving sex symbol.
Back to what I was saying. Men hold a lot of validity in like how much money they make.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's why they go back to that, right? They're like, hey, I can solve these problems if I had a little bit more money.
That's true.
If I had another 20 grand, she wouldn't be tripping. Because I would make sure she had a better car and
But
I
the
could be
thing
away
is,
from work.
If the thing is,
Like
you're
type
paying
deal.
for me to shut
Where
the
are
fuck up.
these
That's what you're
men
doing.
thinking like that? Because
It's just an avenue to solve a problem.
Because there was someone I was dating, he was like, I'm gonna be making this much, this like a month, da 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 da. And I'm like, and then in my mind, I was like, oh, that means you're gonna pay my fucking bills. But I'm like, I still need more. I still
You
need
always
more.
need more money. You always
you
will.
always need
You
more
always
money. It's never. And money is never. Money no, they finish.
So there are levels, not being levers, but levels, all of them in the same fucking vicinity of like moving up of entrepreneurship.
Yeah.
So the ones that we looked at, because there's actually 9 different types. So do you want to get into them?
Yeah, I kind of want to talk about the different levels and what do you think the hardships of dating each level is, and what do you think the hardest level is? So there's the startup.
Mm-hmm.
After that, there is a small business, and just to let you know, a small business is considered anyone who's making under $7 million. So that's, to me,
That's a good percentage of small businesses.
that's
then.
a lot of people is a small business, and you have to have under like 1,500 employees or something like that. So I'm like, to me, that's not a small business,
Right.
but according to Google, it is. Also, it's the hustle, entrepreneurship, and the large companies. So between those, what do you think the hardest are to date, and why?
I feel like it gets easier, right? And that might be just because
It gets easier by the money that you're making? Or?
Absolutely. Well, just
Okay.
because you have more resources, right? If you're a startup, you're trying to get investors, you're trying to get staff, you're trying to get your name out,
And
you're
that
trying
shit
to
is
get
hard.
brand
I dated
awareness.
a startup.
It's difficult. And so that, like I said, like I talked about earlier, that time that you have for your significant other,
Is
for your
very
family,
much.
for your dog, right? Anything. It just keeps getting smaller and smaller.
Mm.
Startup, you might have some staff, you might have a system in place. Should be a little bit easier. And then what was the other one? You said hustle?
We said small business and hustler.
Shoot, if you're dating a hustler, it sounds like he moving and grooving.
And
There
that's
shouldn't be
what
no
we always,
issues.
that's what we
There shouldn't be
always
no
say.
issues.
I actually want to say I think the hardest person to date is the hustler.
Mm-hmm.
You know why? Because their hours are nor here nor there. They have nothing set.
That is true.
And because I know for you, if we define hustlers as like, usually drug dealers or someone that's like, having
Scammers.
their hours don't match to our hours. And I've dated a drug dealer where I had to be with him on a drop. And I'm just like, bro, it's 3:00 in the morning. Can we go lay down?
Someone's asking for drugs at weed at 3:00 in the morning. Bitch, go to sleep.
Bitch, have we not asked for
Are you
drugs?
sure she wasn't trying to get some?
If she was trying to drop off dick, I was in the car. So I guess you were gonna drop off the dick and then come back in the fucking car because I was
I've
in that
never
bitch.
asked for weed for 3:00 in the fucking
I'm
morning.
just saying, but I
I'm
don't know. So I'm
So
like,
were you mad at that?
was I mad at that?
Who not gonna be mad
I
at that?
actually wasn't mad at it
Oh,
because I was there with you. If I was at home and like I'm like it's 3:00 in the morning making a drop, my nigga, are you really making a drop? Or you dropping off fucking dick? You talk
Right.
shit. So I feel like I wasn't mad because I was there.
Drug dealer boyfriend is gonna say, "Hey, you got on Dior shoes, you got on Robin jeans, etc., etc." Like, don't be mad about these if you mad about this drop that you're with me on.
Oh no,
what you gonna say.
and they do that
But-
because
That's what
remember,
they gonna say.
because there was someone I dated was a drug dealer, and he was like, "You talking all this shit, but did I not buy this for you for your apartment?" And I was like,
Yeah, you gotta take the shit with the sugar.
You know what? And I don't want
All
to.
she's asking for is to come along the 3 a.m. drop off. Is that really that too much to ask?
But I'm saying that's the hardest, in my opinion, of entrepreneurs to date, because I don't know if your time is really what you're saying it's allotted for.
I would say the hardest to date is the large company, because I feel like that's the Bill Gates. That's the Jeff Bezos. Like, them niggas have infinite amount of money and infinite amount of power and can do whatever they want all the time. So
And they picked you.
But don't mean they're gonna be faithful to me. Don't mean they're gonna treat me right.
But if you don't think that he's gonna be faithful to you, then don't be with him in the startup stage. Don't ride with him all the way through.
How do we know from the startup stage?
If you don't know if somebody's gonna be faithful to you, don't even be with them. If you can't know.
That sounds great in theory.
In the beginning,
that sounds great
in
theory.
Years later, the person becomes.
So tell me this.
Did we not just say that people change within years?
Tell me this: if you have a man's startup, he does his thing. He's balls against the wall, whatever, working hard. He gets all the way to the top. You're like, wow, this nigga's balling. Like, he doesn't really need me. Why do you feel like you need to be with him at that point?
Hold on.
If you don't
but if you love someone, okay, respectfully, we literally had this conversation on another one of our podcasts where it said, this nigga said, this girl holding me down, she don't know that when I make the money I'll make, I'm really about to leave her for the bitch that I really want. Niggas literally need a backbone. Most men can't accomplish shit without someone behind them doing the fucking supportive actress role to their life.
I'm just stuck on the fact that you just expect me to be Raven and see the future and see if this nigga gonna cheat on me. Like, how am I'm with this nigga now.
If you have
how am I supposed to know? But
you have any doubt that your man's gonna cheat on you, you don't need to be with him.
I'm not talking. I'm talking about when you said be from the startup, right?
Yeah.
I'm not thinking this man gonna cheat on me. But
no one ever goes anything into thinking you're gonna cheat on.
As men gain money, they gain assets, and that assets becomes more women. So yes, he might be in rooms where he can cheat on me. Where in the startup he wasn't in those rooms to cheat on me. So that's why I feel like those kind of men are more difficult, because they have a limited power, to do whatever they want, and he can cheat on me. He can have a bitch have a whole house, a whole thing,
and you know nothing about it,
a whole thing, and I won't know, because a man has
literally,
so much
Kanye
money.
Said, how is a man supposed to stay faithful moving through a room full of hoes? Because bitches don't give a fuck if you have that.
They don't.
They don't.
So,
for AE, because I'm gonna say, let's talk about AE.
You can't equate the regular man to Kanye.
Okay,
like,
but no. But I'm gonna say, we're gonna talk about it. But I'm saying,
let's
even
be real, men with a lot of money tend to cheat.
Yeah, and the thing is with AE and Amber Rose. No, let's talk about Amber Rose and AE. AE considerably is the regular nigga in this, because no one knew who the fuck he was.
I don't know who he is today.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And she is a bad bitch, nice body, has a business, X, Y, and Z, very sought out after, but you still cheated on her.
Exactly. But I'm saying, like,
the access he got because of Amber Rose, because at the end of the day, no one knew who the fuck he was until Amber Rose.
Money is an amplifier, right? If you like to turn up, when you get more money, you're gonna turn up a little bit more.
I don't think so.
If you like to give back, when you get more money, you're gonna give back a little bit more.
Right.
If you like to cheat on a small scale, or you're a little bit unfaithful as a broke boy, when you get more money, you're gonna be a cheater.
I fucking hate it.
That's what it is.
So you're just saying the niggas who cheat was already
They're cheaters. Cheating is a trait. Like, certain people just will not cheat.
Let's stop. Let's stop there, because I've cheated before, but I'm not a cheater.
I'm not saying that you're a cheater, but
did he just say that though? He said it's a trait.
It is. It is somebody who will cheat. Some people just won't cheat. They'll be unhappy in their relationship for the rest of their life, but they won't cheat.
You know, we're not gonna get into this. That's the whole topic for another day.
Let's get into the hardships of dating entrepreneurs and the levels of each hardships. So to me, depending on how invested you are, dating an entrepreneur can be an emotional roller coaster, because their ups is your ups, their downs is your downs. When they're out, you're out too. Of course, if you're just like, barely dating them, it doesn't really matter. But like I said, like you were invested into your relationship with your entrepreneur boyfriend, so it probably was an emotional roller coaster.
I'm gonna say,
it
at
was
this
up and
point,
down.
my emotions were actually his. If he came home on a bad fucking day,
it became
and he projected it to me, I was like, yo, my nigga, I was happy to see you, and I'm like, So I feel like another hardship that entrepreneurs do face is that when you're dating someone, they're gonna always have to compete for your attention, always. Because I feel like even though you try to allot it, it's sometimes if you're working 25/8, it's like you think you're like I gotta call my girlfriend, but it's like, oh yeah, you gotta like fight with the I gotta get this by this time.
Oh, she didn't got on my ass before.
Exactly. So I know that's a big deal. You're competing with attention, because when you're dating with someone that's 2 shifts in a night, you're not selling the same way they're selling.
Especially how deep they are into their entrepreneurship. If there's someone who's starting up, they're investing a lot of time into this versus someone who's already like been doing this for a while and they have more leeway. Next thing is y'all might have to penny pinch, depending on how invested you are.
No, it's a fact. That's a fact.
Especially in the startups.
No, that ass. I'm gonna say my nigga got all these motherfucking things to brand himself, like these shirts, and they were ugly as hell. He spent over $1,000, and I couldn't say shit because I was trying to support the cause. I was like, you couldn't have just waited. You wanted to rush the process and not trust the process. Like, so what do you feel like one of the hardships is of dating a entrepreneur?
Y'all said some really good ones. Penny pinching, right? Competing for time. Let me see. Prioritization, right? So if it's baby's birthday, but I also have a super big business deal, they're both at 5 o'clock. Which one am I gonna go to?
And that's literally what I put. I said they're not always emotionally available.
Yeah.
Like, even though they know that you care about it, like, even though they know this is a big deal to you, what's more important to them is getting to this bag. Yeah. Even though they know that they love you.
Right. And also how emotionally invested you are in a relationship, you're going to understand that it's okay. Because it's somehow, hopefully, if you are if he's doing what he said he's supposed to do, you will eventually benefit for it.
Every time I was ride or die, I died.
I rode it and I died. I came back to life and I died again. Yeah, girl. We always die.
It's time for one of you niggas to die for me.
I don't believe in ride or die. I'm not a ride or die. I will no. I want you already.
Take me the fuck off this car.
I want you already.
Actually, run me over because you're the one that's actually killing me.
Dating with also they work 24/7. I think we explained this.
Yeah.
It's always a work day for them, and no weekends off, no nothing off as an entrepreneur. So we can blow right past that.
So do we want to get into why maybe dating an entrepreneur might not be for you?
Yeah.
Ooh,
yeah. So why do you feel like a dating entrepreneur might not be for you? I mean, not just for you, but I'm just saying
for anybody out there.
Yeah, I'm gonna say you're in a relationship.
If you get very jealous over somebody,
that's what I put. If you have trust issues.
Oh, absolutely. Because there have been times, hey babe, I got a last minute meeting. We can't watch Insecure tonight. We'll have to do it tomorrow, right? If you get very jealous over something like that and y'all's communication isn't like this, like super strong, you probably don't need to date an entrepreneur, right? If you need your partner to be like right there next to you all the time, like if you need to be able to touch them at all points or see them at all points, that's probably not for you because that's not gonna happen, Also, I feel like the best mix is two entrepreneurs.
Yeah,
just because,
honestly.
Of course.
Y'all
because y'all are it's the understanding of knowing of the grind that it takes to get to where you need to be because it doesn't happen overnight.
And y'all both are going to be too busy. Not when I say too busy for each other, but y'all both going to be busy where y'all don't need the other person to always be there because y'all have something else you got going on.
I would definitely want to say for me, because I feel like he touched on all the ones I was going
to say clingy and he took it. So
yeah,
I don't know what to say.
my best thing that I could say for why dating an entrepreneur might not be for you, if you do not have a life outside of your relationship, I make it very clear to people, always have a life outside of your relationship, because if you are dating someone with intentions, I'm like, this is my life, this is my world, this is my key, this is my, and then when he breaks up with you, you're like, what do I have left? I very thrive myself on being independent and knowing who I am and what I want. So if you are someone that doesn't have that, you couldn't be with me, because I'm gonna make you feel like your time with me is not that valuable because there's other things I can be doing. I literally been doing other shit, but I'm spending it with you. So fucking respect yourself, my nigga, because I'm respecting it.
Yeah.
Is there any more wine?
No, because you finished it, my good sis. Oh, okay, bad bitch, ass fat, hair so fat, in the back.
Go bad bitch, go bad bitch, go. I want to ask you, what was your biggest, I want to say, battle while being in a relationship and running a business? What kind of hill did you have to go through?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, or go over?
It might be right now. Not to say that it's like a battle or anything like that.
It's because the distance.
The distance, and I spent a lot of time studying because, like, you don't want to reach a point in your business where you plateau.
Oh, for
like,
shit,
the amount of value you add to the client is like has a ceiling, has a cap.
Facts.
So yes, also my girlfriend she just moved to LA because she's an actress. I'm doing a lot of time studying, so it's like, where is the time? But we find it.
And I love that for y'all. I love that for any fucking person that can make the time. Because me, I don't even want to allot and try to find the time. I'm like, you gonna find me when you find me.
Indeed.
So what are tips on dating an entrepreneur? Did you have anything else to add on what he was saying? Okay, so what are tips that you have on dating an entrepreneur?
Honestly, the only tips I have, I guess, related to dating me is just be patient.
I put that. That's the first thing I put.
Just be patient with me because I'm trying to figure it out just like you. And sometimes I can be sure, I can be like, oh, like, not focus on the relationship because I'm so focused on my business.
Facts.
And that's the thing about being an entrepreneur. We are so focused on our business.
On the next move.
Our next move. How we can be bigger, better, better bitches. That we are not focused on the person who we're dating. And I mean, should we be dating? Yeah, fuck yeah. Well, I'm not gonna say we shouldn't be dating because we're focused on our business. We can do both. Why not?
Yeah.
You know, I like to have a good time.
So what do you feel like is a tip for you?
So I'm a financial advisor, so I always bring stuff back to investments.
Yeah.
So imagine the person who told Beyonce, "Oh, I'm not feeling you" in high school, or the person who told Jay-Z, "I'm not feeling you," right? Like, look at the trajectory of that person. If you really believe in your significant other's business, their service, their product, whatever, you're like, look, this is the hardship now, but where we're going to be down the line is...
I love that. That's cute.
No, that's true because I was watching King Richard, which is the movie about Richard and Venus and Serena, mostly about Venus. And the dad did not work. So the mom was working.
I love that.
She was working, taking care of feeding 7 people by herself. So like, imagine you right now, your husband tell you, I'm not going to work no more. I'm about to train these kids.
Wouldn't have a problem with that though.
I would be like, nigga, no.
You know, I'm gonna say, because the thing is, women, I told you, I believe in the idea of men taking more responsibility for the children that they make as well. So I feel like, to me, that's not a shocker. If my nigga don't want to work,
he wasn't taking care of more responsibility. He quit. He didn't work so he can train Venus and Serena. That's it. They was fine with the kids in the house.
But that's still more responsibility. And she understood that, like, just like fucking Joe Jackson's wife. She understood the assignment. She knew what it took for her children. They might be mostly traumatized, but she understood what it was going to take to make Michael who the fuck he was.
Right. It's just having that much trust in a man,
in somebody
to be like, okay, because that's a huge risk to take. And you know what? Everything he wrote in that 20-something page letter before they were born happened, but that's not the reality of things. And having that much trust in a man, I feel like
it does. It sounds scary, but I don't think it's crazy. I think it's scary, but not crazy. Yeah. I feel like a big tip for anyone that's dating an entrepreneur is to value the shared time, because even though we kept saying time, we literally say just value it. Don't try to say, oh, I spent more time with you 3 weeks ago. No, value the time that I give you and respect that I understand that this is very valuable to me and it's very valuable to you because you want to see me and I want to spend it somewhere else. No, respectfully, because you know sometimes when you're doing shit, you be like, I could be doing something else. Not even if it's just talking about our business, but I'm just saying, like, you be with a nigga, he ain't giving, but you know, you're like, I'm here now, got to see it through, my boy.
Yeah.
So it's like, you wasted my motherfucking time. Even if it's not all me spending on my business, just value the time that I'm giving you and respect that maybe it might not happen again. Thanks. So did you have anything else to add on that? Really? Okay, so y'all, thank you for following us.
We're not going to get into our questions?
Oh, shit. Yeah, questions. Get into the motherfucking questions.
All right, I want to ask $1 million question because people be asking this question all the damn time.
Okay.
Dinner with Jay-Z or $500,000?
Nigga, give me my $500,000.
That's what I said too.
What Jay-Z gonna do for me? I don't rap.
I said the same thing.
Why people always want to be like, I want to pick his mind because
there's nothing Camel Joe can tell me that the other Camel Joe couldn't tell me. Right. So what is your?
I'm taking the money, but you know me, bitch. I'm taking that money.
Okay, so my question is, where do you see your brand going, long term, short term?
Short term, actually next year I'm trying to hire a staff member just so I can spend more time with my clients and not doing like administrative stuff because that's not a revenue generating activity. That's paperwork, right? So that's short term. Long term, I really want to be a household name in Houston to where people are like, hey, like I have a black financial advisor. You don't work with Patrick? Like, you don't know Patrick? You know, I want to be that guy.
I love that because I know there's some people was like, when I'm talking about real estate, one name that I always hear, because I love him, he goes to career all the time, Marlon. I always hear Marlon. If you want to build real estate, Marlon. Right. So I feel like, I don't know if he has my name to y'all, but you know what I'm saying? When niggas in circles I be in, so he doing his job. So long term, short term, brand, life.
Short term with the podcast is to definitely get this merch out. That's a short term. I mean, that's actually happening. So
yeah. So is it really short term?
It is a short term goal.
I respect it.
Yeah. Long term goal is to have our own wine.
Facts.
Yeah.
Okay, so short term for me, I think that I want for our brand sponsorship. Like, granted, we are getting sponsorship, but I want it on a larger scale of like where we're not seeking it out. Like, people are looking to work with us because they understand what we're doing and they want to partake in it. Long term, we're traveling, bitch. We're traveling on somebody else's dime, being on their podcast. That's long term for me. I want us to be a traveling podcast. I don't want us to be stationary. I want us everyone to know who the fuck we are, what we do, and want to be a part of it. Okay, you feel me? So what's your next question?
My next question is, if you can go back and steal anyone's business or invention, who will it be and why?
Ooh, the internet.
Yeah.
That's the most powerful thing out right now.
Facts.
Like,
Facts.
especially with like all this crypto stuff, NFTs.
I would
like,
do Amazon. I don't know
just
why.
So many things. You can't have Amazon without the internet. Like if I could
Now,
have the internet.
You can have your business for me to have my business. So I love that for us.
Indeed. We can both be balling.
And like we said, two things are true at once.
Right.
So what would you steal?
I will steal MySpace. I feel like.
Oh yeah, that's what catapulted like.
Yeah, I feel
social
Tom
media.
led the way. There would be no Instagram, Facebook, Twitter without
Facts.
MySpace. And what he did, he sold his work for $1 billion, and he's chilling, making money and traveling. Other people like Instagram or Twitter or Facebook, they keep trying to be more innovative.
And they're trying to buy into other things.
Keep trying to do the more, and they're still working.
Yeah.
Tom is not working. Tom's chilling, traveling with his Chinese.
He's still
bitch.
looking back at us like,
And-
nigga, you see me in my room?
Yeah, so I definitely would steal Tom's life.
I respect that. Oh, my
Yeah.
phone dropped. Okay. So, did we have anything to add to that? Did you have a question?
You didn't have one?
Oh shit.
Who will be yours?
What mine was, what is the hardest part?
No, who was your person that you would steal invention?
I just said I was still
Amazon.
Amazon. Oh,
yeah,
okay.
I said Amazon.
Okay.
Okay. So what is the hardest part of a brand?
Repeat business.
Okay.
Repeat business. Because anybody will support you.
Yeah.
Right. Hey, I have a podcast. I'm a financial advisor. I make smoothies. Right. Anybody.
No, you're good. No, you're good.
Anybody will support you. But if you can get somebody to come back,
That,
that means you added value.
oh, I like that.
That means they like what you got and they want more. They want to be part of your community.
I love that.
So that's the hardest part.
What do you feel like the hardest part is of a brand?
I feel like the hardest part of a brand is getting people to believe in what you believe in.
That's true.
Yeah, because people will be like, "Oh yeah, I support."
They follow it because it's popular.
because-
I'm gonna say because
it's
once
not- It's not until like you have true fans who believe in your work as much
Facts.
as you believe into it,
Mm.
is when I feel like I made it.
That is
Because
very
people are
much
like, "Oh, I
true.
fuck with your podcast. Yeah, I watched," but they're like, listen to like 1 or 2 episodes.
Yeah.
Like for one person, I know Stephanie listens to every single episode. It's
Yeah.
hard to find people like that who are as invested into your
Mhm.
brand as you are. So that's
Right.
definitely the biggest thing for me.
I think the hardest part of a brand is starting. You know how you go back and forth with it, like, is it gonna pan out?
Yeah,
It's gonna be
took me 9
right.
months to start.
I was gonna say, yeah. I feel like the hardest part of a brand, in my opinion, is to start. Because once you
Yeah.
start, like I said, you can figure it out as you go. Because the universe not gonna let me fucking fail. But dead ass, starting is the hard part. Because we're like, what if it goes wrong? What if it goes right? How are we gonna do this? How's the money gonna, like, you think about all the other factors of just starting it. Because remember, I said I want to start a crew, but I'm in the part of like, oh my goodness, we're not starting. And it's like, what day do you want to have a crew? And I'm like, I don't know, because I'm still thinking about all the other factors before I even get the investment of crew. Because capital is not the problem. Like, you can always find capital, but it's like, where's the location gonna be? Who's their target audience? Like, those starting is the hardest part, in my opinion. So, do we have anything else to add on that? No? All right, so y'all, thank y'all for following us on this journey. This is a great episode. I'm lit. I'm great. I actually want some oysters, but I don't know if I want to sit in traffic. But we're gonna see how I feel after taking the next 2 shots. So,
How'd you already know how many shots you about to take?
girl, I don't
You
know.
want to take the last 2 shots.
I said a few. I said a few. I didn't take the last 2 shots. Yeah. So follow us on all social
Shot
media.
like 2, right?
Too many.
Follow us on all social media platforms of the Roast of Spill, except Twitter, which is.
Sip and spill 1.
And why can you please veer off? And please follow our very, 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 very special guest.
You can follow me on Instagram at P4Profit or Grand North Society.
Okay, and what else do you do? Make sure you give them all your
Give them
tags, the
everything.
beginning and the end.
Absolutely. Twitter is P4Prosperity. You can just find me online. You can type in Northwestern Mutual, type in Patrick Linton, and then it will go to my page. You guys can set up a complimentary consultation so you can get your money together.
And we love that for us. We love that for the Black community, and we love that for anyone moving forward. So, why I leave us a 5-star rating because we're some 5-star
5-star bitches.
bitches. Oh.